on the beach, the ocean waves, Nosebleed Cinema. We thank you for watching and train like a beast. What we're going to do is a little bit of stretching today, a little beach stretching. I'm on the lanai, and I like to use the guardrail.
On the beach. Thank you.
And thank you again for watching. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use the rails a little bit, kind of warm up, do a couple of, hey, I don't feel so limber at the moment, move the shoulders around, use the wrists and open hand, just kind of warm up a little bit, use both sides, don't neglect either leg, period. And lots of horse stance, movement, feel the shoulder, rotary cups, elbows, and then kind of stretch a little bit, kind of lift it up and say, hey, that's good, set it down on the rail, lightly kind of move your body around so that you can get all the alignments you need to feel comfortable, and then kind of get into a little bit of stretch. I like to go the other direction, making sure I'm aligned, and then go to the other way a little bit. Learned that in boxing. And then bring that knee in, the fold, which is absolutely necessary in order to get power kicks, and then kind of shoot it out there a little bit, hold it and kind of pump it, and just see how that feels, see how the hip feels, how the knee feels, how everything feels. Move it around, hold it, balance it, exercise it, and that's kind of a warm-up. Use those wrists and see how they feel when you're jabbing, punching, and hold on, wait a minute. Kind of check out how you can bring that fold up into the chest and move that leg out. Use the rail if you need to. It can really become distracting if you don't keep that belly in. You know, you've got to really work that belly and get that gut right. I've just been lazy with my gut, I think, forever. But I just enjoy the stretches. So when you're up and you're just kind of throwing leg lifts and you're just kind of swooping things around, it's a warm-up exercise. This is not anything other. I like to put my foot up on a wall and let it sit there for a while, because it's about stretching and warming up and getting ready for the big workout. So if you do that every day and you get ready, I'm getting ready for the beach. I've got to do an early morning run and all kinds of stuff. So I just appreciate being on the beach this time and doing some working out. 62, having fun. I hope you're having fun too and enjoy your workouts and stretches, and I hope this was some help. You just do it, you do your leg lifts, and I try to do about 30 leg lifts with every kind of kick and stuff, and here's just a few of them. But you fold, and these are some kicks. These are just open air kicks where you just fold yourself a little bit. You make sure that angle is going how you want it, and to kind of get that last minute peak out of your kick using the top of the foot. I'm using a little what I call the foot knuckle, and always remember that as long as you're loose and relaxed and you're throwing those and you're tensing up at the last minute, that's really the fulcrum of it, tensing up at the last second after being very loose and relaxed. So don't forget to use both legs. Do not discriminate. Stretch and do just what you have to do to stay limber, flexible. Use your gung fu and your karate and your mixed martial arts in your daily life and routine. Try to set up a regimen that makes your body happy. I hate waking up with a backache or something else that's going on with the spine or the joints. So I like to limber up, and I like to use these rails kind of to see if everything is working out that morning and how I feel about it. Very light stretches, and it's before the big workout. But you have to have a happy life, and you want a happy body. So staying flexible, and especially at some of our ages. I mean, I'm 62 again, I'll say, and my brother's 64, and And so we work a little bit harder at developing techniques and using systems that'll help us organize our not just our thoughts and systems but our body, because when you're teaching students, they expect you to be the example. And so when you're fighting and you've got a lot of new students, and I usually get the college crowds, and they're expecting MMA and hard style Hungar Kung Fu and real Chun Suk Kwan Taekwondo, and so you have to get up early and begin stretching and meditating and moving the body around in a very light workout, so that throughout the rest of your day that your body is right. And if you feel something off with your digestive system, anything at our age, we have to work through it and understand how and why that happened. Nosebleed Cinema is happy that you are all here to visit with me and watch some of this, video. Just pay attention. This is for your benefit. Just pay attention. We really enjoy the art, but it's flexibility. It's stretching. It's gaining the roots and the foundation through hard work. And you just can't start throwing your legs up there against a champion and expect to get great results. You have to take your initiatives, your flexibility, your stretching, your strength, and better yourself each day. So it's a daily practice, it's work, and it's some of the best parts of martial art training and light stretching and light sparring. When you move around with master competitors that are very efficient in their art, they have a lot riding on that belt that they're wearing, and so they express themselves with prejudice. And those are the kind of competitors that I enjoy most in my sparring sessions, teaching classes, and joining myself to their fundamentals and systems, which are far-reaching. The world is a big planet, and thank God we had the leaders, the guides, the pioneers, those great warriors before us that created the examples of full contact, bare knuckle, reality type fighting, and using karate, taekwondo, kung fu, mixed martial arts, whatever you want to call it. I call it my way of life. Styles with the different systems and grabs and grappling and throws and sweeps and elbows and headbutts and etc. It gets complicated if you try to put yourself into a singular frame of thought. I enjoy that saying, become the water, because it's oceans deep, martial arts. And, my daily practice, it really depends on how I wake up these days. If I wake up and I feel like a run, well, then that's my deal. I'm going to stretch out, I'm going to get flexible, I'm going to run. And if it's not, if it's, it could be I need a day of rest. And so the body is all about that emotion. It's about, hey, you know what? I got to go somewhere. You chomp at the bit, like a wild stallion. And other times it's reining you in. So you just sit around, maybe watch a movie while you're in Bill Wallace splits. That's one of the greatest teachers and legends of all time is Grandmaster Bill Wallace, and he's demonstrated it in full contact, semi-contact, and being an example of how to be kind and generous to each martial artist that he's met. So Bill Wallace stretch is a good example of what we're all supposed to be doing. I like ground stretches, but I also love the ocean. So I get out on my lanai and I utilize everything on the lanai so that I can visit with the ocean and build my energy and spirit up with nature and those things that are sacred to my heart. painting and doing those things that are sacred to your heart, whatever it is, that is part of the martial art. It's something that is being lost. Is philosophy, theory. I enjoy Miyamoto Musashi. Why do I study so hard? Because I love his process. Early life, the sword, the poetry, the pen, the paintings, the meditation, the concept that there's unconquered traits within each of us, and that we should not be imprisoned with this perception that we're held back somehow. We're not. It is up to us as individuals. So even though I'm quiet most of the time, if you run into me, you'll find a great experience in what real martial art is when it comes to full contact, and I'm generously able to apply that. So enjoy, and remember, Byers Gung Fu and Twin Dragon Integrated Martial Arts. It's real. Thank you so much again for watching Nosebleed Cinema. Some of the fun things about these fight films, you're able to pick yourself apart, but also you want to see, well, these stretches, that I'm using now are in the same application that I used as a world competitor in martial arts, and that's really the point. Stretch, flexibility, utilizing these skills and light training. Traditional style martial arts will guide you in the proper stances and positions and kick formats that allow you the benefit of the start. And as black belts, that's what we come to a place as a black belt as a new student. And as a new student, we go from that black belt to understanding more about ourselves, the philosophy of martial arts, the history, and why we're in it, and our great purpose in martial arts. And for me, the success is to see everyone happy and healthy and benefiting from their extensive training. And for me personally, it is, not just the simple way of life, because it wasn't simple. The path was never easy. It's complex to even illustrate how much training and looking for the integrity of certain masters and grandmasters to guide me personally to the place I wanted to be, to challenge the world's best. Not close to being the best, but I wanted to fight the best. 1989 Kickboxer came out, and I saw Dennis Alexio and Jean-Claude Van Damme and all those guys as kickboxers and the greatest, and I researched and found that Dennis Alexio truly was probably the kickboxer of the movie. I could not find Frank Dukes or anything to do with him, and he was way older than I expected, but Dennis Alexio was the icon of kickboxer, and in 1989, after the movie, I decided right then that I would fight him. And in 1991, I was in the ring with him. And though the outcome didn't come out as expected, my coach, Jerry Byers, told me that, I've been bartending at a Texas Trap biker bar for over a year, and I wasn't in shape.
Yeah. On the beach. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike Weber, and everyone for participating and watching. There's Guy Metzger, and of course, great champions here, all with Sante Wilson and James Brown, and here's of course Dennis Alexio, my good friend and undisputed champion. This was me in my first karate school. Then I became a little bit more involved with martial arts at this particular time, and hardened up and then softened up after I met Royce Young and Chin-Soo Kwan. Thank you. This was Nosebleed Cinema. I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, and have a happy body, happy life.